What's good, yo? Arsenal versus West Ham. And this game is so important because teams around us are now starting to drop points. The likes of Sheffield United, Chelsea, Spurs, these teams are laying it up for us in order for us to make a run at that fourth, fifth position. Now, what's important about this is our Manchester City game has been rescheduled to next Wednesday, but that's not the important one right now. We need to focus on what's ahead of us, and we need to ensure that this West Ham game starts to put pressure on those teams above us. Now, we got to play our part, and it's as simple as that. And things couldn't be better, and I'll tell you why. First of all, before we go into Arsenal, let's talk about West Ham. West Ham are putting a kind of a run together because they're definitely playing better, although the results don't tell you that. They've only won one in their last eight. We're getting to that latter point of the season where playing teams in a relegation battle is something that top teams and mid-table teams would rather not do because they become a dangerous commodity. You know, these teams are backed up into a wall, and that's when they're most dangerous. And for West Ham, although they beat Southampton 3-1, we've seen how talented the team is, and we've seen how dangerous they can be as well. And one of the players who they bought last summer is definitely having a coming out party now, and that is Pablo Fornells. Now, this guy has been involved in three of their last five goals and played a massive role when they played Liverpool. And remember, they were 1-0 down to Liverpool and then came back to go 2-1 up and ended up losing the game 3-2. Now, it's not the result that speaks there, it's the fight. Remember, I talked about teams being backed up into a corner and how they become the most dangerous commodity? Well, this is definitely West Ham. And the longer the season goes on, the more fight you're going to see from them. And we've seen them play this game many times before. And I have no doubt that David Moyes will be able to get these guys out of the relegation zone. It's too much of a talented team in order to go down. Although we know the saying, guys, no one's good enough to go down. Yeah, no team has ever had the rule to say that we should not be going down because we're too good. That just doesn't work in the mix of things. And we know that through previous years and experience, West Ham have got the fight in them to get the job done. So for us, the Gunners, it's going to be quite a dangerous game. Now, how we fit into this is pretty good. So we've been battling our wills of late, and we've been battling injuries. And look, the scans for Torreira's ankle was pretty bad, and he's going to be out for a lengthy time. I'd be surprised if he actually comes back for this season, to be honest. I don't know what the prognosis of time is. I think it's 2 months, but he's going to be gone a while. And the fact that he was really filling in for Ceballos and Xhaka, I don't really think that we're going to miss him that much, to be honest. I mean, Guendouzi fills in there as well. He's not as talented defensively, but he is a good all-round player, and he's still learning his trade. As far as cover goes, we should be okay. The reason why Arsenal are on the up now, because look, last week Kieran Tierney came back to training. Mustafi, who had the slight knock, he's back in training now. Cedric Soares, he's back in training as of yesterday as well. But that doesn't really tell you about how strong this Arsenal outfit is right now. Reece Nelson played the other day, had 2 assists, looked really good. He's pushing for a start as well. And it's not just a start, it's the fact that Pepe's got cover. And you can really start both of them, if I'm honest. If you feel like you need to rest Pepe, you can afford to do that because Reece Nelson is just providing so much talent to the team at the moment. It's such an important mix to what's going on. And another youngster is Eddie Nketiah as well. And I'm going to bet in this game that Nketiah is still going to keep his spot. I think he's going to start over Lacazette. I just think he gives you so much more zip. He gives you more energy, and he definitely gives you a more defensive output in terms of the balance and keeping the team tight. I don't think we really get that with Lacazette. And I don't think we really get that work rate with Lacazette. Lacazette is going to have to work a lot harder, twice as hard, now that he's lost his spot to Eddie, in order to try and fit back into the mix. And at the moment, I haven't seen that from him. I'm not going to talk about Joe Willock at the moment because, again, he's not been good enough to get back into that starting 11. This is a game where right now we're starting to get those pieces of the puzzle back, and we're starting to get a team that Arteta can really push for the top 4 or 5 this season. So I'm going to go with Leno in goal. I'm going to go with Saka at left back. I'm actually going to go with Pablo Mari and David Luiz in the middle. I'm going to go with, he's going to play Bellerin. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably put Mustafi at right back at the moment, to be honest. But I'd go with Bellerin at right back. Too early for Cedric Soares. I wouldn't put him into this game. I know he's back in training and I know he's fit enough to play now, but I just wouldn't play him for this game at home. And I would think about also how I'm going to treat the Manchester City game on Wednesday. But midfield, holding, as you guys know, Ceballos and Xhaka, they hold it down. On the right, I'm going with Pepe. On the left, I'm going with Aubameyang. In the middle, I'm going with Ozil. And playing at the anchor point, I'm going to go with Eddie Nketiah, and that's going to be my team. That seems to be the team of choice right now. It seems to be the team where we're going to be getting the most out of. And for us, it's just about climbing up the table and keep on winning and winning and winning. And listen, if we can get 4 points, if we can go out to Manchester City and at least get a draw, I'd be happy with that. I'd take that. You know, considering what's happening in front of us at the top of the table, it's all about just continuing at points. And remember, Arsenal are still unbeaten this year in the Premiership, and that's so important as far as confidence goes. I think that we need to just pump in that display at West Ham. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Arsenal win against West Ham, and I think that we'll get through it. I think it will be a very even kill game, and so that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going with an Arsenal 2, West Ham 0, and I'll see you guys right there at the Emirates tomorrow. I'll be reporting live with my video vlog, and listen, let's pick it up then. Peace out, right back at you, and let's do this, man. Let's do this. 2-0.